graduates. First, I want to turn your attention to Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Now, Jeremiah wrote these words to encourage God's people who were waiting for rescue from Babylonian captivity. And although you graduates, you might feel that you're experiencing newfound release from captivity by leaving behind your middle school years, it's important that you know that God has a plan for anyone who trusts in Him. And it's an extraordinary plan, that's for sure. I pray that you'll look to the Lord and that He will guide you in His perfect plan for your life. So now, graduates, you're heading into new chapters of your lives. You're facing adulthood and many decisions. So this verse in Jeremiah offers hope and blessings for those who seek God's will first. Today, we're celebrating you and your achievement of completing school through the 8th grade. We call this commencement, which simply means to begin. It's time to begin the rest of your life. You're making a rite of passage from childhood into adulthood. We call you teenagers or young adults. It's time to begin stretching your wings. You're going to try new things, and you're going to discover and develop new interests. Thank you to your families and teachers for laying a strong foundation upon which you will continue to build. I want to remind you that though we congratulate you on your accomplishments and inspire you to continue your excellent education, don't forget who you are. Your life has been built on the solid rock, Jesus Christ. It's imperative that you remember where you come from, that you've been bought with a price. It's no longer you who live, but Christ who lives in you. He's the source of life and all that you will become. Because of His gift of salvation to you, you are free to live in this world with joy and enthusiasm, expressing yourself, knowing that though you are in this world, you're not of this world. So let your light shine. As in Matthew 5:14 it says, "You're like the light for the whole world. A city built on top of a hill cannot be hidden." Now I want you to also remember these life-changing values of faith, hope, and love. In 1 Corinthians 13:13 it says, "And now these three things remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." So now perhaps more than any other time of life, middle school gives many evidences of how strong and painful love is. The coming years may be packed with emotions, a time of wondering if you are loved, a time of feeling rejected and misunderstood, a time when relationships are more important than anything else. During the next years of high school, you may experience changing friendships and emotions that can make you feel like you are alone and unloved. And even though the first and greatest commandment is about loving God with all your heart, soul, and strength, love is about relationships, not rules. Love needs someone else for its attention and affection. God is love, and He's chosen you as the object of His love. God's love for you and me is incredible. He allows us freedom to rebel, and He pursues us despite the wrongs and hurts we've caused. God's pure love always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and always perseveres. In 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 it says, "Love is kind and patient, never jealous, boastful, proud, or rude. Love isn't selfish or quick-tempered. It doesn't keep a record of wrong that others do. Love rejoices in the truth, not in evil. Love is always supportive, loyal, hopeful, and trusting." We need to model love by always moving towards, not away from each other, especially in conflicts and disagreements. So as you move on to high school and beyond, remember that your relationship with God is more important than rules, fame, or fortune. You will be fulfilled only by a relationship with God. So continue to put your love into action through your service to others. Today, you are the object of faith, hope, and love. And we celebrate your accomplishments and learning and look forward to your future accomplishments with faith that God will complete His work in you, and with hope that you will live in His design and purpose, and with love that will support you as you move to the next stage of your life. So I want to close with Psalm 33:4 and 22. It says, "For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all He does. May your unfailing love rest upon us, O Lord, even as we put our hope in you." Now I'd like to introduce you to each of your graduates from 8th grade. Would the Connor Atencio and his parents please come up here?
Do the same dedication and commitment to the next milestone in your life, which should be high school. Congratulations, job well done.
Wilkins.
Keeps you healthy.